So the red flags have held. I guess I can tell you guys this. Between, 2018 and 2022, about 1 in 5 deals didn't go through. Now it's about 1 in 4. And some of that's because of FDD, but the rest is just other stuff. Personal issues, retrades, tighter bookends on working capital have become a big thing where people think they need more money on the balance sheet just given credit markets. And a lot of people are going to go through the SBA program to make sure covenants are adhered to and sellers don't care. The other side too is, and I hope this isn't lost on you guys, a lot of sellers are looking to, remember, they're selling what arguably is probably a legacy of theirs, especially if they're older and retiring. That we've seen deals go for less money just because the seller likes or is willing to work with a group of people like them. So showing up in your private equity vest and spouting a bunch of spreadsheets at them hasn't gone very well lately. I hope that's well received. It usually doesn't go over anyway, but people can now be picky because if you do have a good deal, there aren't as many that, not everything is as wrapped up as it used to be. So hopefully that helps a bit.
Hey, can I ask you a quick question?
Sure.
So when you find the differences in what they reported and actual EBITDA, how many times does that come back to retrade? Like, what are the percentages there?
And in our minds, if it's a flat out just not going to walk away, you're going back for the retrade. Now,
yeah, I mean, how often does that work though? I mean, how? Because I've been through, I guess, a couple, right? And both times I've found things, and both times I've tried to come back and retrade, and they're just like that. It's the number is what the number is, and even if they agree with my findings, right?
That's the one that's annoying. What we've noticed too, Matt, is, and we've been doing this for a while, it doesn't happen in big SEC deals like at PwC days. People will come back to you because what's going to happen is they think their number is right. It's still not. But this, by the way, we're not finding a magic number. We're telling you what your number is based on what you gave us. We may do some around the box thinking to get there, but oftentimes we'll get on the phone. And by the way, guys, our fee includes Q&A with anyone through to close. Hopefully that's not lost, that we're not going to nickel and dime after we do the work. But we'll get on and show, guys, this is the reason it missed. Here's an R&D tax credit you try to pass off as revenue. But no one's going to take that one for one. And that what we have seen, people are coming back. 1 or 2 years later, the deal didn't sell. Hey, we really liked you. We now get it. We were wrong there. We've got no other options. Get back on the phone again. But of the ones that go back to retrade, you're right. It's not often well received, dependent on if there is a broker and whether or not they're doing what they're supposed to. So
got it. Thank you.
Yeah.
How about the red flags for the banks? Where have you seen the little things that pop that get killed by the bank?
Yeah, anything that differs from the tax return in a negative fashion is a big miss. And so off P&L payroll. Another good example, we had a roofing company in the Southeast. This was the weirdest one. It was you were at SM Bash, but this is the one I brought up in the beginning, where revenue per the details we got was $2.5 million higher than the tax return. Well, usually for us, that means immediately there's tax avoidance. The bank was like, nope, we're done. We won't even touch this. And the owner's like, wait a minute, guys, I'm not doing anything illegal. And so I called him and said, how is that possible? You're at $2.5 million off. This is a $14 million revenue business. So it's a big number. It's a material number. Turns out this owner was foreign, was actually putting that money he was putting through his personal account, through his personal return, and showed us flat out in his distribution in his K1 and his follow-on 1040. Sure enough, the full miss was in his return back to the full period we were looking at. So the bank eventually got their head around the fact that he wasn't doing anything weird. Let me try that again. It is weird to do that. It was weird, but ultimately they were made whole in the fact that no illegal tax avoidance, in the bank got their answer as to why tax returns differed from book. But banks immediately go to tax returns. They immediately go to payroll to see if it can be substantiated. And if you can't cover your DSCR by 4.5, the SBA is not really going to say, oh, and then the one thing too, and your lease, whatever, if you're not buying the asset or real estate, has to match the financing terms. So if you can't get a longer term lease to match your financing, the SBA and the banks won't touch it.